I was canvassing and phone banking and helping elect Democrats here when I was at UVA Law School. I was president of Young Democrats at the time. I was a member of the Charlottesville Democratic Committee. And so I know how much enthusiasm there is among Democrats here. And just like the last time, the 5th District elected a Democrat and we elected a Democratic president was in 2008. And I know this year we're going to take back the White House and we're going to take back the 5th. We're going to do it with an amazing candidate. And I met Cameron about a year ago at a dinner in Fauquier County. He was already worked in the district and campaigning, and I met him and I was like, wow, he is really special. And I've been so excited to watch his campaign, and he's balancing a lot as a doctor and helping to deal with the COVID crisis, and he's going to bring the same compassion, the same knowledge that he brings to his patients, he's going to bring to Congress, and we need a lot more of that, and I'm so excited also by how young he is, because that means he's going to be there for a very, very long time. But first, with your help, we got to get him elected. And I just want to say thank you, because this campaign is different. But with COVID, we can't be out in big crowds like we usually are. So every single door that you drop this lit to is going to be that much more important. Every phone call you make, every text you make is going to be that much more important. And you got 31 days. And that in COVID time, that seems like an eternity. I know you're going to get tired. I know you're going to say, you know what, today I don't really feel like doing anything. If you feel that way, dig a little bit deeper. Because that could be one more phone call that makes the difference between whether we are calling Congressman Webb or not. So with your help, we're going to get him there. And I can't wait to see it. It's my pleasure to introduce Cameron Webb.
Thank you. So, if it's okay, I'm gonna grab a seat here real quick so I can project a little bit more. Here's what I'd like for you to do really quickly. I want you to look around, and if you're within 6 feet of somebody, take a step back. Take a step back. This is not a normal campaign season, and we know that. This is a very unique set of circumstances that we're living in. But just the same, our democracy is requiring that we still do the work to get the word out. How many of you have made a phone call to try to flip the 5th? How many of you have sent a text message to try to flip the 5th? And not just this year. How many have done it in 2018 or 2016 or 2014 or 2012 or 2010? You know that for 10 years now, we've been trying to flip this district. And we have a very unique opportunity this year. A very unique opportunity. It's an open seat. We've got just the kind of opponent we know we can be. And all we have to do from this point forward is outwork our opponent. Now, we've known since the day after the primary election, we were in a statistical tie with my opponent. Subsequent polls showed that we were still tied. The last 3 polls have shown that we pulled ahead. All we have to do for 31 days is outwork our opponent. And that's going to look a little different. Now, usually we measure it in how many doors we're knocking, how many people we're talking with on their front steps, but as you look around and I tell you take those steps back so you keep your 6 feet, we recognize this is a different moment that we're in. But let's lean into it. We have to be creative. We have to be innovative. We have to say, who in my network have I not reached yet? Who have I not connected with? Who have I not motivated or moved? We know there are a lot of voters or potential voters who aren't registered yet. We've got 10 more days to get them registered. Is that right, Logan? She's like, 10 days left. 10 more days to get them registered. We've got to get everybody in. So far, if you raise your hand if you've already voted in Charlottesville, Alabama. Look at that. Now, all across Virginia, the numbers are so high right now. Turnout is high, and that's very good for us. We know it. But we've got to keep pushing. We've got to encourage folks to get out there and vote early if they're voting in person. Vote early if they're voting by mail. Get that ballot in the mail by October 9th is what I've been hearing. 9th is what I've been hearing. That's coming up very soon, so get those ballots in the mail. Let's leave nothing to chance. But days like today Y'all picked a beautiful day to go out and put some literature in some places all around this community to get the word out. We know what we're up against. We know we can't flip this seat easy. I know I'm grateful to have friends like Senator McClellan, Oahu at heart, who are willing to come down because we recognize how important this seat is. It's the last red to blue seat, as we call it here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. We took 3 of them in 2018. This is the last one left. It's a presidential year, and there's a lot going on, but this is our chance to get it done. But it's going to happen not through me or through Zoom meetings. It's going to happen through you, through each one of you going out, digging a little bit deeper, thinking about who you can reach. 31 days left. Now, when I set out on this 423 days ago, but not like I'm counting or anything, when I set out on this campaign, there was one theme that we said every single day. We said November 4th of 2020, we want to look back and say we did everything we could to win this race. Didn't want to have a single thought of if only we had done this. It's the reason why just the other day, my team and I said we're going back to every county one more time, because we want to end this race saying we did everything we could do to flip this seat. And my encouragement to you, my request of you, is that you think of what it is that you can do. One more thing. This isn't about me personally. This is about the values that we want to see in this seat, the values that have not been in this seat in the last 10 years. A way of representing this area in Washington, D.C. that reflects our actual views, our actual vision for our nation. 31 days. What can you do? And I know this is in the midst of a lot. If you're like me, I've got 2 elementary school age kids, and it is hard to be their executive assistant every day on Zoom. But just the same, what can you do for our democracy in this moment to make sure we flip this? And you're doing it. So first off, let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. If you're here this morning, you're ready to go, you're ready to fix your seat, this is what it's going to take. It's going to take this, it's going to take more, and we'll keep going. I see one of my friends from elementary school walking up. We are getting this going. So listen, I'm so excited for y'all. Y'all pumped up? Yeah! You ready to go flip the fish? You ready? Yeah! This is not the last time we're going to do this. And now I know in the last couple of days before this election, at October 31st through November 2nd, we are going to be pushing it. We're going to continue to get the word out there. All that early in-person voting, we're going to have to rally the last little bit, shake the tree to get every little bit out of this area that we possibly can get. So I want you to think about who you're going to reach today, and then think about the next time that you're going to come out to get it done. Because we need you. We all need you. All right? Let's go get it. Let's go.